Pisces-Karma-Luck And Spirituality. Eu adoro peixes. I love fishes as the 12th sign of the zodiac. Pisces, you are ruled by Neptune, the god of the oceans. This means you are extremely tuned in to the psychic and the clairvoyant realms, and will have a natural desire to seek out spiritual information. Yeah, even sometimes going to magic. You are born social worker, and even if you don't walk in this arena, you'll always be available to help others solve their problems. Pisces past and future lives. Scorpio rules your... Oh my God! There's no one that my sisters, my older sisters, two of my 5 older sisters, one was Pisces and another one was Scorpio. And the Scorpio one was younger 1 year than the Pisces one. And they were very, very close together. Very, very close. But when the Pisces one died this year, I was the most who mourned their death. I was the one who most cried and most mourned my sister's death. And the one who was closer to her, the Scorpio one, did not even cared about and even said, "Why should you care so much about this? Stop think about her. She died, finish." But I don't think this way. Because I preserve the memory of my loved ones in my heart. And I'm more emotional, so I don't have this kind of cold-bloodedness to forget who I loved. So Scorpio has an intimate link with your destiny. Oh my God, no wonder. And sometimes, no wonder they can be so... Pisces is not what they seem to be. They can be very mischievous, yet. Indeed. They can be very, wicked even sometimes. You must be careful not to use your psychic or intellectual powers to overcome those who are weaker than you. That's so true. And they are a bit sinister. Sometimes they may even plot against you without you know in the psychic way. This can be a major test for you in life, but as long as you're aware of this, you will be able to give your strengths and upturn to be used for the better good. This is a carry over from your past life. Oh, I'm surprised that they have Scorpio past life. Some of the darker traits of this Scorpionic past incarnation include compulsion, obsession, and a dark thought of inflicting harm, like some kind of sadism and masochism. I have seen them desiccating spider just for the sheer pleasure of it, and then bury this spider inside one matchbox. There's something very, very macabre. Resentment and possessiveness, especially in matter of sensuality and sexuality. Yeah. Bring these aspects of your character under control by focusing on creative and artistic activities. By redirecting these energies, you will create something of worth which doesn't undermine you or destroy your relationships. Your keywords are I heal, and therefore your challenge is to balance your desire to help and heal others with your own well-being. You live a life of surrender and love for others, but must not become the sacrificial victim by giving away everything. Your intuition is very strong to use it, so use it wisely. Yeah, not to inflict harm on others who wish harm or deal with black cards. I keep advising you to not become a victim. Cry, instead of going there to work things out, to stand from the ashes and be like a phoenix. No, they cry, they go inside a cocoon like cancer, and then they will cry and blame others, and then keep resentment, keep hatred of others. Instead of going there and then just try to overturn their bad luck. But your capacity to sacrifice yourself in order to help others is by far your greatest strength, even though at times it is your most challenging weakness. They can be a good older sister in a sense that they can care for the youngest one. As an older sister, yeah, they are very caring, very supportive, and sometimes docile, very sweet. But they also can teach you sinister kind of things, of how to say, impulses, something like that. Live where you can without thought of expectation, but spend a little time pampering yourself through meditation, self-help, and inner wisdom as well. And they like to rely on others, and they think that the world somewhat own them something, and they find it hard to say thank you, to be grateful. If you help them, they will think that that's your duty to help them out, and they don't have to thank you and be grateful to you. Sometimes they can be very rude, and they like to say things about you to other people, so wants to make fight. Use your intuition to help others, and trust that when the messages are clear in that they tell you not to do something, you are in the last stage of your evolution and will experience many extraordinary things in your life. So will this be their last karma? If so, last rebirth. If so, then I will not meet my fish any longer. Your think is ruled by the sign of Taurus, the third sign of your horoscope, and this ruler Venus. This makes you soft. Yeah, they can be very soft, demure, weak. They are very sensitive and communicative, and also very realistic in the way you present your ideas. In fact, Pisces can be more of a feminine side than does Aquarian, than what they say earlier in the last video. They say that Aquarian more feminine. No, it is Pisces, gotta be Pisces. The less involved the Piscean struggles with the path. If you hurt or disillusioned by life's complex stream of events, then they will withdraw. Yeah, they will close themselves inside a room or house and not come out for days, for months on end, and they will starve. If you happen to be one of these Pisceans types, I offer a special message of hope that you hang in there and don't identify too much with your past story. Yeah, that's what I try to tell my sister. And they always needed someone. to be there for them, to be there. And even if they are rude sometimes, they're always very stressful. Extend yourself to others. Help the downtrodden. Compare yourself to others. Then you'll see that sometimes your life is as bad or even better than those of others. Because if we compare ourselves with the one who have less than us, we become vain and snob. Otherwise, if we compare ourselves with those who has less privileged, then you will be more grateful. You may not immediately unravel the mystery of what has happened to you, but this path of self-surrender is the perfect tool to gradually remove your own pain. Your Piscean sign is a water sign and affects your caring and loving attitude. I also have Pisces, I think in Neptune. I have Aquarius and Uranus. You are a true friend and now stand on the threshold of the deepest wisdom, having evolved through all the other signs of the zodiac. And they are the last. Your mission and destiny in life is to give unconditional love to all you come in touch with, and eventually rise to the occasion to meet your higher self. I meet my sister after she passed away. She was Pisces, and she was surrounded because she was in the middle. No. She was not in the middle. She was with a feline figure. A feline, I felt that it was a male energy. And, he was so huge. He looked like a jaguar, so beautiful. It's a bit of bluish dark. So beautiful that being went with her. And she was wearing a gown and a very white long hair, gray long hair, and a white gown. And she came to me and she was so sad. I felt a lot of compassion in her, on her looks, the way how she looked at me. A lot of compassion and love. And then I saluted them, and then they saluted me, and then she went away backward. Both her and the feline salute me. Fortunately, being born on this 12th sign, the final stage of the zodiac, endows you with insight and a special gift for understanding things at the deepest spiritual level. Although the fish symbolize your star sign swim in different directions in the ocean of emotions, is sometimes rather turbulent in your life. You are anchored within yourself by this special grace, and it shows that you are now nearing the end of your evolutionary phase. If you can get this part of your act together, you see your luck significantly increase. Not all. Some of them die without luck. Poor things. There are aspects to your personality which are not easy to understand, and others are sometimes at a loss to figure you out. Very difficult to understand. They are a bit complex. Although you don't consider yourself secretive because people are not able to gauge the depth of your personality, they probably mistakenly assume this. Once others get to know you, they realize that emotions, rather than your reason, rule your life. Your instincts, not your intellectual deductions, are what you base your decision upon. Yeah. You are not a person of strong willpower, but rather you prefer to go with the flow. Yeah. And they dream rather than practically implement some of your ideas. So true, so very, very true. They need a lot of push and not a lot of help of assuring. See, that's why I was always there for my Pisces sister, assuring her, giving her hands, company, and helping whatever I could. So using your intuition in a practical way will also open the doors to better opportunities in life. There are broadly 14 paths to spiritual liberation. Okay. Pisces, the water sign, represents emotions, feelings, and the astral component of human nature. The two fish that swim in opposite directions create an eddy of currents in the world of your emotional self. So this must be dealt with first. The way is simple. Remain calm, meditate, and relax. Chill out and feel content with this moment, the now. Stop wanting more. This will go a long way to settling your mental and physical vibrations. Hatha yoga or regular flexible exercise is a superb means of strengthening all these areas. It will make your muscles more supple, increase circulation, and soothe your emotions. Generally, learn to relax, and removing in self-defeating thought patterns will have a very tonic effect on your mind and body. Keeping to a regular regime of work, play, sleep, and dietary habits will go a long way to maintain balanced health both physically and emotionally. You tend to react so strongly to other people's emotions that it can affect your own mental well-being. Yeah. Don't get too involved with the problems of others for your own sake. Yellow sapphire is the gemstone of Jupiter. Yellow sapphire is also for Scorpio, right? Yeah. Because, Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Its properties can aid and assist us in our search for fulfillment and happiness. See, encourage strength and positivity in difficult times, and help to bring us success and prosperity. Not simply bring reward out of nowhere, but by stimulating creative energy and focusing the will in a way that help us more powerfully achieve. I sent a lot of stone to my sister to help her, but somewhat didn't help her at all. But I did send crystals. I did give her a lot. Achieve and manifest what we are working toward in our lives. It's also known to attract good luck, which is no doubt a great help in these endeavors as well. I think she did not take good care of the crystals. It stimulates our sense of joy and celebration. It encourages us to have new experiences and be adventurous. Yellow sapphire also nurtures wisdom and can help us attune and refine our insight and ability to see the big picture. It also nurtures qualities such as compassion, patience, and understanding. The collective properties of yellow sapphire make it a powerful aid for teaching and sharing wisdom. It stimulates the intellect and assists in maintaining clarity and consistency of vision, and it helps us to channel the vision in a way that can bring it into reality. So they need compassion, they need patience and understanding. I don't understand. You are able to draw others to you. This is one of your greatest strengths. Being ruled by Neptune makes you dreamy and enigmatic in the way you are able to attract others. When someone is drawn to you, they can't quite figure out why, but they love you anyway. You genuinely care for others and you have a transparency that the others trust. But not my sister-in-law. I have a Pisces sister-in-law. Very malign, very evil. You are honest in your love and strive to live the ideal of unconditional giving. You are an adjustable person. You have no problem. Just like water, your ruling element in assuming the shape of whatever container it is placed in. Yeah, they can be very loyal. In love, they are very loyal. You have the uncanny neck of adapting. I mean the woman, not the man, the woman. Uncanny knack of adapting to circumstances and people. Wherever you find yourself, you'll be admired for your ability to capitalize on situations due to this. You have an inner beauty that is hard to pinpoint, and this has nothing to do with your physical looks. No, but they have big eyes. They have fish eyes. Both my sister and my sister-in-law had fish eyes, so huge. You radiate a spirit of love, and you do genuinely care for people. Come to think of it, even strangers feel as if they know you. You relax people and make them feel as if they are part of your family. Being social by nature, you share your insight with others and truly help men in your life. You are a blessing to humanity. That's good. I have a son, my nephew my nephew who is the son of this Pisces sister who passed away. He came to me and said, "Why you think about my mother so much, but she did something bad to you, and you still think about her so much?" I say, "I don't care because I see on the good side of her. I don't care about what she did to me because I forgive. I forgive everything that she has ever done to me." And before she passed away, I immediately asked them to tell her on my behalf, to tell her that I forgive her about anything, and that I also ask for forgiveness for anything that I have done to her, and I ask for forgiveness also. I forgive her so that she will go in peace. And her son told me that I shouldn't be so concerned about her and think of her so much. But I think I am more emotional than her, so I don't want to dwell in just the negative side, of my loved ones, but was on the good side, the good point, that she was there for me when I was a kid, and she took care of me. So I'm very, very, very loyal and grateful to that. So that's why I always did my best to help my sister. So I taught her son a lesson. I tell him, you don't look at the bad side of your mother, see just the good side, okay? And if ever she did wrong, who doesn't? Nobody's perfect. He's a Aries guy. I told him nobody's perfect, okay? So do not dwell on the bad side of your mother. See also the good one. And from there on, he didn't want to talk to me much anymore. Those of you born under the Pisces have few prejudices. People must understand that you are not primarily motivated by what you can get out of life, but rather about what you can give. For this reason, although you are not ambitious in the true sense of the word for status, fame, or fortune, you still aspire to achieve something notable in life. And if these things come to you well and good, but your main focus is on helping others and making a difference in the world. You are a dreamer of the highest order, but you need to be careful not to let these dreams cloud your practical judgment of things. You need to crawl before you walk, and also focus on one thing, as you have a great knowledge of many subjects and can actually be an expert in quite a few of them. I'm not sure. They can be very dull in general knowledge. It's not true. My sister-in-law always failed. My sister also. I had to teach her, my sister. I have to teach general knowledge, biology, languages. She was very slow learner. And so was this sister-in-law. So I don't agree with this statement here. You are likely to disperse your energy like your totem, the two fish which are constantly swimming in different directions, but they absorb energy very quickly. Virgo as well, they can suck energy, not say suck, they absorb energy of other people. If somebody is having a headache, they will feel. If somebody is having negative thoughts, they will absorb that. They sometimes somewhat they are very empathic, you see, and they draw energy for themselves. So Pisces and Virgo must be aware of that, this trait. You are a person of the people, you are impartial and never look down on anyone. You are, but one thing, they sometimes can be very selfish, and they sometimes forget who have helped them, and they just go with the new friend that they have get, and they forget their old friend who have helped her. You are equally comfortable with a beggar or a king, and your intuitive response to life situation make you sought after by one and all for your unbiased advice. That's nice. The way forward for Pisces on the spiritual path is selfless service. However, you must be careful that this sacrificial act of helping others doesn't result in you becoming the victim. Yeah. There's a real danger in this. Yeah. And they will absorb all those emotions. I know, because I'm like this as well. And now I have given a break so as to even try to improve myself, because I once unknowingly and indirectly absorb a lot of energy from people who I was helping. But this doesn't stop me from better to help and get affected than don't help at all. The sign of Pisces watched over by the Archangel Barachiel. Barachiel is known for compassion and protecting the innocent, and when called on, can help you to open your heart and cultivate love, empathy, and kindness. When your life becomes stressful and you feel you are losing the strength to be positive, Barachiel can help you restore hope in a positive outlook, and to find the inner peace and calm which will help you to face, endure and overcome the difficult challenges you face in your life. One way You can call on Barakiel's assistance and find this species to visualize a pale blue color or a clear and beautiful blue sky. I think the stone is that one, amethyst, the purple amethyst in your mind, beautiful blue sky in your mind's eye. Barakiel can assist you in overcoming the strangling grip of negative emotions, self-doubt, insecurity, and the fear of connection with others. Yeah. You always have the capacity within yourself to overcome these challenges, and when you can do so, you will transcend your limitations and blossom like a flower into a radiant source of love and positivity. You can find Barakiel's traits within yourself and become a nurturing and loving support to others. Help them find their own confidence and happiness, and they like us, like Virgo and Aries, they like to help animals, Pisces. I have seen them into this jobbing of helping animals in need because they are sensitive. The ninth house and also the 12th house, which is the natural house of Pisces, relate to spiritual activities, meditation, monastic life, and so on and so forth. You have a natural affinity with all of these things, and because the ninth house of your horoscope is ruled by Scorpio, you can be extremely intense and passionate about your spiritual objectives. You can easily surrender yourself to the highest ideal of spirituality, and through deep meditation can come to the real of self-realization. And this life as Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac, indication a cessation of karmic activity. They are stepping off the wheel of karma, so to speak. That's good. But there is a downside to this sign, and that is that you are likely to be a little too idealistic and naive when dealing with the world and men of the scoundrels in it. Especially on the crushes of Scorpio, they like to be a servant and a loyal doggy to Scorpio, will manipulate them to their own benefit. For your spiritual development to be well-rounded, you must learn to activate some of the deeper intellectual qualities, and you do have that, as Jupiter code rules your sign and is indeed an excellent learning teacher. Gift yourself and ensure your own spiritual stability before sacrifice yourself and becoming the victim. Yeah. Please don't let emotions dominate your life. There are deep parts of your nature that you suppress, only to find those resurface in ways that you often can't deal with. When this happens, you are prone to try to escape from a reality that you can't understand. If this happens, I can't emphasize strongly enough the need for you to avoid the temptation to indulge in alcohol, drugs, or other mind-altering drugs. Only the males, okay? Only the males. The females, rarely. I have seen some Pisces female, and they are not like that at all. They are not like the Aquarian. Why didn't you say that to Aquarium? Aquarians, male and female, are like this. They love to indulge in drugs and alcohol, and even sex, casual sex, but not Pisces. I can put my hands on fire for Pisces. Pisces is not like that. But they can be promiscuous a bit, but not so much because they are very naive, They can just give away to anybody because they are naive, but not because they are nympho. Because they are idealistic, they dream of romance, so they go into sexual activity, but they are not, doesn't mean that they are promiscuous, but just because they go for, think that that guy will love them, and then they will get disappointed when they don't, then they get very violent, and they can also take revenge. Pisces is a complex personality, to say the least, and for this reason should take care in dealing with the kaleidoscope of emotional colors that shine within you. Your sensitivity and depth of emotion can quickly change from positive to pessimistic. Yeah, if you're not careful. Yeah, that's true. You need to be watchful of those things that will trigger your mood and getting the better of you. Spend some time each day thinking about how you can redirect your powers into positive channels that will help others as well as yourself. Yeah. You must never be impulsive without giving due thought to the issues at hand. You are likely to rely on your intuition, which is excellent, but it's not always 100% correct. Assuming people are better than they are on such thing that needs due diligence on your part. Use your mind rather than your heart is essential when dealing with the real world. This will spare you all sorts of upheavals down the track. But one thing about Pisces is that you can rely on them on some comfort of company, but you cannot rely on them when you are really in danger. They will not be there for you. They will chicken out. No, they will not help you in that and protect you, but a Virgo and a Leo may do. They will lay their life for you if they are your friend or family member. They will lay their life for you. They will fight for you physically and emotionally, but not Pisces. Fasting or moderately reducing food intake on Saturdays, making charitable donations or provide assistance to old destitute men, street sweepers and terminally ill, feeding crows. What? Destitute man, street sweepers and terminally ill. That's okay. But why have to be destitute man, why have to be a street sweeper? Why not beggar in general and the poor, the downtrodden in general, so to speak? Why have to be specifically destitute men, street sweepers, and feeding crows and feeding? Why not pigeons? I love to feed pigeon and bird in general, and all the animals. But why have to be crows? And why have to be on Saturday specifically? Meditation on the new and full moon as well as on eclipse days. So that's it for Pisces. And next will be a video about the in random of order, the most criminal minds of the zodiac. Which zodiac sign makes the most criminal mind in random of order? And just to highlight that you don't have to become your zodiac. This is just for entertainment, and you don't have to become that. You need to fight the negative side of your zodiac and not succumb to its influence. Okay, influence of the stars and the planets.